Happy Sunday, friends. You guys, I have some things I want to talk to you about today. I took a screenshot of a post I made a couple years ago, which still rings true, and I just kind of reshared some of it on my regular Facebook feed if you want to go peep that. But a lot of you are so consumed with the end result. And I think that's awesome, okay? I think it's really important to set goals for yourself. I think it's really important to know what you're working for. But when you're so consumed with that, it's really easy to lose sight of all of your wins, okay? And sometimes, a lot of times, especially in the beginning, your wins aren't necessarily going to be the number on the scale, the size of your clothes, the actual data metrics of your physical body. And I know that's really frustrating. And I know a lot of you are like, but I've been eating really healthy and I've been having more salads and I'm drinking more water and I'm moving my body. Sister friend, did it take you 5 minutes to get to this current place you're in? No, it did not. It took you months and months and probably years of compounding choices and decisions and actions. And so there's nothing wrong with that. But on the flip side, you have to be willing to give yourself and your body grace to do what it needs to do. It's not going to take 5 minutes. It's not going to take 21 days. It's not going to take a month or 2 months. Like, I don't have a timeline for you. And if you are only here for that timeline, if you are only here to see the number shift, you're missing so much of it. You are so much more than a number or a size. You are so much more than that. It does not dictate whether or not you're winning in life. It doesn't prove your self-worth, okay? Like, we all want to feel really good in our own skin. We all want to feel like we're capable of doing the physical stuff that we desire to do. But I'm telling you and reminding you and nudging you that it's the daily compounded decisions that create those results. And it's never about being motivated. So many of us just want to be motivated. I'm not even motivated on all the days, you guys. It's more about momentum. And it's more about all of this stuff, all these daily decisions and actions and choices compounding. There's a cat in my kitchen. What happens when you give a mouse a cookie? Oh, here we go. Manny is into the grapes. We're just gonna take those away. So I'm just reminding you of that this is why it's so important for you to record all the things I tell you to record, right? Yes, the number on the scale, yeah, we record that. Okay, you don't have to share it. You take good progress photos, good befores. When you're first starting your journey, when you're finishing programs, you take those, you squirrel them away. You never have to share them. But I'm telling you, it's so freaking important because it paints the bigger picture. And while those things matter, including measurements, and some of you fight me on this, some of you have been texting you, I'm like, did you take your measurements? I know it's important, but I haven't done it yet. Just do it. Who cares? It doesn't define whether or not you're winning or you're losing or you suck or you're exceeding. It's just data, okay? And this journey that we're on, you need to collect all that. You're a scientist, yo. You need to collect all the different parts of data. So yes, your progress photos, if you haven't taken them yet, if you haven't taken them in a while, I want you to do that today. Not that anything huge is going to shift in the next week, but like, this is something I wish I had done more of. When I say take your progress photos, what I would recommend you do is prop your phone up somewhere in front of a natural window with natural light, okay? You don't need to wave hi to your neighbors, but like, find a well-lit area. Don't take a picture in a mirror. It's really hard to like get the angles right and make your face look normal. Put your phone in selfie mode and take a video, and then slowly stand back and allow yourself to photograph the different parts of your body. Will you have mean girl thoughts? Yeah, you will. Oh well, who cares? You're just collecting data, because the more you trust this process, the more you show up to the journey, the more results you will see, and you will kick yourself if you don't have good progress photos. So that's what I tend to do. I just use video selfie mode, and then I screenshot things, or you can just squirrel that video away. You could upload it to Amazon Photos if you don't even want to have it on your phone anymore. But trust me when I tell you, you are going to want to have this data, okay? So now that we're done talking about the data, like those metrics, so much of your wins are going to come from you can now hold an actual plank, or you can hold a plank for so long, or you went from using like 0 weights to 2-pound weights to 5-pound weights. Like all these things contribute to your wins. All these things are proof that you are getting momentum on your journey, that you are winning at this thing. It's not just about the quick fix. It's not just about the number or the size. It's about, are you out of breath when you go for a walk with your kids? Can you get down, up and down off the floor more easily? Do you feel like it's easier to get out of bed in the morning? All those things are part of this. And so often we get sucked into the vanity loop and we think it's about the bathing suits and the numbers and the sizes, but it's about the other stuff, I can live my life more easily. I can breathe better. I can make better decisions. I can be more objective along the way. Because sometimes we get into a mean girl loop, right? Where I'm beating myself up, and it still happens to me. It still happens to me. I ate that cheesecake. I don't know if you saw my stories, but with Charlotte and I ate cheesecake with our hands. And I had this moment where I was like, this is so fun. This is awesome. Living my best life. And then this immediate like shame, I shouldn't have done that. That was a bad decision. I'm going to pay for it. What am I going to have to do? And then I had to come back into my head and say, you know what? One day, eating a piece of cheesecake with your hands like an animal in the car, that will not derail me unless I allow it to. If I let that one decision compound. So if you've been allowing the decisions, the poor decisions, the ones that don't serve you, that don't build you up, the ones that feel like a mean girl in your head, you know what I'm talking about. If you're allowing that to compound, today is the perfect opportunity for you to take a step back. And it takes conscious reconditioning. It's not going to be like you're going to snap your fingers, you're going to write some affirmations, and all of a sudden your whole freaking journey is going to be different. It's about self-awareness. And it's about taking your power back. It's about becoming your own freaking winner in your life. You are the warrior in your life. You are the superhero in your story. You are the only one in charge of this journey. And wherever you're starting, or wherever you're picking back up from, or wherever you're at currently is exactly the right place that you need to be. You're exactly in the right place you need to be. So what can you do differently tomorrow? What can you keep? What is serving you? What doesn't feel good? What do you need to like put back on the shelf or surrender or change? Just the littlest shift, because sometimes it's the littlest shifts that become the biggest things, that compound the biggest freaking momentum and action and life bringers in our journey. So if you have been sucked into that, it's a number, it's a size, it's a scale, it's a how fast can I get this done? How quickly can I see the results? You are putting all your attention in the wrong category, sister. There's nothing wrong with it. I think at some point in our journeys, we all do that. I still catch myself doing it all these years in. But instead, what can you tell yourself? How can you be your own hype girl? How can you highlight all the ways you're winning? You collect the littlest wins, because it's the littlest decisions that we think are so unimportant. That's the stuff that compounds the most quickly. That is the slippery slope. So what teeny tiny shifts can you make going into this next week to freaking rock your journey, to put you on a different trajectory where you feel proud and you feel able and capable, and you allow that to compound? Okay? It's not about your number. It's not about the size. Sometimes those wins come from, I didn't have to modify as much, or I was able to get 8 minutes in instead of 6, or I was able to change my story instead of, I'm too tired and I don't have the time and the energy to put towards this. Maybe you instead said, you know what? I am tired and it is busy, but I matter, and I'm going to prioritize myself, and I'm going to put myself at the top of the to-do list, and I'm going to make it a non-negotiable that I will touch my journey, even if it's 2 freaking minutes, even if it's literally just going through the motions to create the space to build the habit. We have to build the habits. We all have habits. And a lot of times it's those ones that serve you that are the hardest to do. And we talk ourselves out of it. And we come up with all these reasons why we can't, or we shouldn't, or it's too late, or you don't have enough, blah, 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 blah. What you're telling yourself will make or break your journey. So what are you telling yourself that is serving you? And what can you just realign a little freaking bit so that you do get more attraction and you do feel more proud and you build that belief and you create the momentum? Because I have found on this experiment, this journey that is mine, and I've been on a whole lot of your journeys as well with you, that the self-belief part is the biggest. It is it's the largest obstacle. But once you figure out how to change your talk around it, once you decide that you're gonna do it no matter what, And when I say do it no matter what, I'm not talking about perfection. I'm not talking about nailing it all the time. That's not what this is. We're not here for perfection. We're here for progress. We're here for momentum. We are here for belief. We are here to choose the stuff that serves us and builds us up and makes us a better freaking version of ourselves. It's never about going back in time and revisiting when you weighed a certain amount or you were able to run such and so long of a distance. Like, that's not what this is. That is you living in your rearview mirror. So if you have those goals, I just want to be this size again. I just want to be able to do this again. You're never going to be her ever again. Let her go. She served you. She did her purpose. Maybe she was a total rock star and maybe she was a swamp snail, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't define you. And it's not an important enough benchmark to keep bringing into today's journey. You are where you are right now. So be super proud of that. Even if you don't feel proud, even if you do feel shame, even if you are in this place of all this mean talk and I just wish, well, you know what they say, wish in one hand and you know what in the other. Take the freaking action. Make the promise to yourself. How can you shift your journey in one or two little ways this week moving forward? It's never all or nothing. I want to talk about this book really fast. Okay, Heart Talk. I read like a couple pages every single day. And today's was really good. And I was like, oh my gosh. Do I want to read this to you? I'm going to read this to you. I hope it's not obnoxious. And I'm going to drop a comment. I'm going to drop a picture in the comments. And you can screenshot it, make it your own and stuff. But the book, Heart Talk by Cleo Wade. Okay, so this is her poem called Tired. I was tired of worrying, so I gave myself my peace back. I was tired of feeling intimidated by what I should do, so I pulled up my sleeves and got to work on what I could do. I was tired of not knowing, so I found out about myself, my family, my ancestors, my government, and the struggles of others. I was tired of seeing evil everywhere, so I found the heavenly spots and I showed my neighbors where they were. I was tired of looking at the world as one big mess, so I decided to start cleaning it up. And when people ask me if I am exhausted, I tell them no, because more than anything, what I got the most tired of being was tired. She got the most tired of being tired. And I think a lot of you, that's relatable. You're tired of being tired. You're tired of failing. You're tired of quitting. You're tired of the same old sad panda bullshit story that you've been telling yourself. And if you're there, welcome to the club. This is the cool part, is that you get to change your story. You get to change what you're going to do next. And that if you're doing things that are serving you, then you get to continue to do that. You get to allow it to compound. But if where you're at is not serving you, is not making you feel alive and brave and bold and inspired and encouraged and proud, then you get to shift something. It's never all or nothing, okay? This is why you're here. You said you wanted to work on your journey. You said that you wanted to believe in yourself. You said that you wanted to do the thing that you know you need to do. And it's never, ever, ever all or nothing. It's never, ever, ever so complicated. It is the simplest things that move us closer to that version of ourselves that we were created and destined to be. You don't need to go back in time. You don't need to rediscover who you were once upon a time, because you're a new version of you. And you need to find who she is today and what she needs, and then you need to show up for her. You show up for yourself like it's your kid or it's someone that really, really matters in your life, because guess what? You should matter in your life. You're the only you that your family will ever have. So show up. Show up. And if you can't do it for them, if you can't do it for you, then you do it for them. There's been many times in my life where I don't want to do it for me. I don't want to do it. It feels like too much work, and I'm tired, and I'm crabby, and sometimes I don't want to. So instead, I do it for you, or I do it for my kids, or I do it for that next level version of myself that I keep saying I want to be. So let's be her. Let's take the action today to do the thing to set ourselves up for success. Collect your wins. Collect your data. Stop being so focused on the number on the scale or the size of your clothes or how quickly you're finishing a program, and instead look for your wins. I used heavier weights. I was able to hold the plank longer. I was able to go on this long of a walk. I was able to button my pants. I was able to roll over more easily. I was able to take off my clothes and not want to turn off the lights and hide my face. What are your wins? Collect them. And then you're going to collect the data. If you haven't already, you're going to collect the number, the size, the weight, because it doesn't define you. It doesn't show anything other than where you currently are in this season. And then you squirrel that shit away. You don't have to look at it again, okay? Until you want to see the results. And if you've been doing that and you're not seeing the results, then there's something off kilter in your life. And that's why you're here. That's why you have a coach. That's why I am more than happy to help you peel the onion. But it comes down to self-awareness and self-responsibility and you deciding to be the leader and the freaking superhero in your life. So on this Sunday, I am so excited to welcome you to your next chapter and to encourage you to just do the next right thing. If you need anything, I'm always here. I'm always here. Work in progress alongside you. Whew! Did we just go to church? I think we might have just gone to church. A few of us are doing Lift More. Carla and I are on the exact same time and day and all that. We just finished week 4, phase 1, which means we're halfway through. I love this program so much. So I am a little nervous to see what phase 2 looks like tomorrow, but I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to do what I need to do today, do the next right thing, collect all my wins, show up for myself in whatever area I need, if that's rest or play or real talk, honest talk, right? I'm encouraging you, inviting you to do the same. So if you need anything, let me know. Otherwise, you're here, so let's freaking go. Let's do the thing. If you need any help or support, you're going to message me today, and I'm going to catch up with you. And if you don't hear back from me, then you're going to text me because I am not very good with Facebook Messenger. It is a black hole, and I get literally dozens and dozens of messages every single day. It would suck my soul straight out of my body if I lived in there. So I don't go in there more than once a day, maybe every other day. So if you have my cell phone number, which if you are a newer client, you do, use it. Okay? Okay, good talk. I believe in you. I'm excited to see what this next chapter brings for you. You don't need to wait for a Monday. You don't need to wait for a new month. You don't need to wait for some cataclysmic event. You're exactly where you need to be whenever you watch this to change your entire freaking life. Let's go.